Hey guys, welcome back to another video. And today I'm going to be doing a story of my deaf life. As you guys know, I am deaf and I just want to explain the story, how I became deaf and all of that stuff. So, want to know more stuff about me being deaf? Let's get on with the video. So, I'm going to explain how I turned deaf is... Well, my waterbird syndrome, which is genetic syndrome, and that's caused me deaf, but it didn't make me deaf, but it caused me it, because it was from my dad, and I was still a person who got being deaf because of it. And having genetic syndrome isn't a bad thing, it's just that I've had like white on my eyebrow, my eyelash, and it's nothing like serious syndrome. It's just a syndrome that colour of your hair and stuff like that. So yeah. And when was I turned deaf? I was turned deaf since I was born. So, and I think about the age of 2 or 3 years, Mum and Dad found out that I was deaf, and they did think something was wrong anyway because I couldn't hear. And yeah, so they had to ask the doctors what's wrong with her and stuff like that, and then they had to find out that I was deaf. And Mum and Dad thought, could they help me? Like, how could I hear again? And yes, I can hear. To hear again, you get to have an operation to have cochlears. It depends on which bit of hearing you are in. Like, people don't actually need cochlears, they can have a bit of hearing aids like the earmuffs in their ears, and it's because they might be half hearing and they're not that hard of hearing like me, if you know what I mean. And when I don't have my cochlears on, I can't hear completely nothing. It's completely silent. I'm sure you guys know what deaf is like, and that is why I'm in deaf school as well, because my experience being in hearing school did not like it, and it was really awful for me. I really had a hard time, and I just didn't like it because there was people who didn't like me because of me being deaf, and I just thought that's not unfair, because deaf people saying things to hearing people can't we don't want to say horrible things to hearing people because we respect wherever they got, which I don't know what they got, because we think they've got nothing. And those people just don't like deaf people, and I just don't understand. Hearing people think being deaf people can affect them. I just think it will affect them. Maybe you just don't understand how they feel and try and get to know them and make friends with them and stuff like that. Whereas when I was in my hearing school, I didn't get that. I had no friends, and I did have friends, but not that very long, because I was bullied. And so yeah, and when I decided to move to different school, to deaf school, I was in year 5. Yeah, I was in year 5 when I went to a deaf school in primary, and then I came here in year 7. Yeah, and yeah, to have operations on your ears, it's not scary or anything, but it was for me for the first, well, I can't remember for the first time because I had my cochlears about 3 or 4, and but I did get my second done, which I don't like my second one. It sounds different because I had my first one for the longest, and when I had my second one, it sounds a bit different to the first one because I've got used to this, and now I've got to get used to this one, but it's still, I've had it like for a couple of years, it still doesn't. So my parents said it's my choice to see which cochlears I want to have. So I had the operation on both ears, but I prefer this one, which is my first one, at the age of 3 or 4. And the other one I had about age of 11, I think. Or 9. So my parents said I can decide if I want to wear my cochlear or not, because I'm 16 now. When my parents found out that I was deaf, I think they were okay with it, but they just had to help me get through it and stuff like that and support me. Yeah, so I think they were okay for me being deaf, obviously, but all they had to do is try their best. Yeah, please subscribe and like and comment down below, and love you guys.